Giggins for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good.
Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And welcome to Central Valley Schools, everybody. I'm Leif Bakken. Thanks for being on yourliveevent.com. Powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, as we have another Region 1 girls basketball game for you. The Hillsboro Central Valley Burros have invited the Aggies from Park River, Fordville, Lankin to come play some basketball. We'll talk about these two teams coming up in our pregame show brought to you by Irie Insurance. And we'll talk with both the coaches as well for a little conversation. And should be good as we start our 2022. Thanks for being around and hanging out with us throughout the basketball season. Keith Meyer hanging out with us as well, running the camera, and he'll be joining us with some commentary as well throughout the game. It's Hillsboro Central Valley hosting the Aggies from Park River, Fordville, Lankin. Big co-op there. A couple of co-op teams just east of Buxton, North Dakota at Central Valley Schools. The Irie pregame show is coming up after this.
Winter is a planning season for farmers, a time when your mind is on your fields. But the shorter days doesn't mean there's less work to be done. At Sis van der Haaf, we know that lower temps won't cool your passion for production. We're continually striving to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sis van der Haaf, a passion that grows.
Ulster Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Ulster Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. From sunup to sundown, they're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
The Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts share this message to all community members about building assets in your community. Hi, this is Hayden Allen. Young people grow strong through positive relationships with adults. It only takes a small investment of time to truly make a difference in a young person's life. You can help build up a young person by taking just a minute to give them words of encouragement and advice, making them feel the true impact they have in the community. A message provided by everyone at Hillsboro and Central Valley School District.
The Burros and the Aggies going after it in North Dakota Region 1 girls basketball tonight from Central Valley School. I'm Leif Bakken. Glad to have play-by-play action coming your way as we start our Irie Insurance pregame show for you for all your insurance needs. Visit Irie Insurance online at IHRYINS.com. IRIEINS.com. Thanks to Irie Insurance for sponsoring the pregame show as we get started here and talk first about the Park River Fordville Lankin Aggies, who have come to town to play a little bit of basketball here. Their head coach is John Berg, assisted by Paige Meyer. They are 4-4 on the season, and I had the opportunity to talk to Coach John Berg prior to the game. On yourliveevent.com, I'm Leif Bakken talking with head coach of the Park River Fordville Lankin Aggies, head coach John Berg. They're 4-4 on the season. Coach, 50%, that's not too bad. Of course, you wish you were a little better. Tell me a little bit about your season so far.
Yeah, we've been pretty happy with what the girls have been able to do so far this season. We had definitely had a rebuilding year last year. Had 2 wins overall last season, so coming out this year, played 8 games so far, and to win 4 of them, we feel like we're making some pretty good progress off of last year, and a lot of girls seem to be improving, so we're trending in the right direction. We just want to keep working and hope every time we step on the floor we just get a little bit better.
You start off the year with a loss, 42-21 against Hatton Northwood. Talk a little bit about that game, what you saw in that game you want to bring tonight against HCV, and maybe some of the things you'd like to leave behind.
Yeah, definitely some of both in that game. It's always tough, if you have games over Christmas, or it seems those first couple games back after the new year. That's a time where sickness and injuries and everything kind of start going through. So we had a couple girls that have been kind of battling some things there. So that game last Thursday with Hatton Northwood it was kind of a struggle. Some of our regular players were still kind of fighting off some illnesses, and we just came out flat and we weren't ready to match Hatton Northwood's intensity, and they kind of took it to us the first half, and we came back and played a little bit better in the second half. So I told the girls just to focus on those things, and we're hoping to carry that second half into tonight.
Tell me a little bit about your team. I'm looking here, you got 1 senior, a bunch of juniors, and a couple of sophomores. So you've got some experience on the team, and like you said, being a rebuilding year last year, looks like you might be having one on the horizon too.
Yeah, it's we're kind of in the middle. We had it was a long season last year. Made a lot of progress, like I said, and then this year now, the core group that we have, that's a big group of juniors that really got a lot of experience last year. We're really relying on them for a lot of minutes this year, and they're really kind of starting to still kind of figure things out for themselves, but they're really starting to pull their weight and being able to expound on kind of what we put in with them last year. So it's been good to see that progress, and then the other subs that we mix in throughout the game, they're really kind of stepping up into some more prominent roles from where they were last year too. So,
anybody on your roster that we really need to be watching for tonight?
Well, it seems like we've kind of had a different girl step up almost every game. Greta Wareham has had a couple of really nice games. Addie Skibicki has had some real nice assists in different games. Might not be putting up as many points, but she's getting us a lot of other points for other girls. She really sees the floor well when she's when her mind's right, and she can really do some good things for us. Hannah Halverson has had some big games for us too, and then Ella Johnson coming in off the bench. There's been a couple games where she's led us in scoring coming in off the bench, so she brings a lot of energy for us when she's out there, and makes some extra effort plays on offensive rebound and a putback, and different things like that. So it's kind of been a different girl each night, which has been fun to see too.
Yeah, we'll definitely be watching. This is head coach John Berg of the Aggies from Park River, Fordville, Lankin. Best of luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
This is the Irie Insurance pregame show on yourliveevent.com.
Get the dairy products, non-dairy products, frozen seafood, meat items, and more delivered to your door from Teak, the Udder Guy at Hillsboro Dairy. Call 701-436-5877. He will bring it right to your door. Hillsboro, Grandin, Purley, Hendrum, Borup, Ada, Climax, Shelley, Lockhart, east of Ada to the Twin Valley addresses, and around the area. Hillsboro Dairy delivering right to your door. 701-436-5877. The story is told that the lumber yard in Hillsboro has been continuously operating on this same location since 1881. That means that although it has changed its name, appearance, and ownership a few times, we've been in business for 140 years. Proudly part of the Hillsboro community as one of the original businesses founded on serving our neighbors. And wouldn't you know, that business model still works after all this time. With a focus on customer service, Hillsboro Lumber welcomes you.
Today's sponsorship is provided in part by Anderson Cutting Horses, Roger and Connie Anderson. They wish all boroughs the best in academics, athletics, and extracurricular activities this school year. Roger and Connie Anderson of Anderson Cutting Horses are proud to have the students of Hillsboro and Central Valley represent our communities. Good luck, boroughs, in all that you do. From Roger and Connie Anderson, Anderson Cutting Horses.
You may know that Big Tex Trailers already offers you industry-leading features like mega ramps, HD suspension, and the all-new hydraulic dovetail. Every time you hook on, know that your Big Tex is up for the job. See Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro to find out what owning a Big Tex can do for you. Shop the full line of Big Tex products from ATV trailers to goosenecks to dump trailers and more. Visit your Big Tex dealer, Bloomfield Enterprises, Hillsboro. Contact him at 701-430-0877.
On YourLiveEvent.com, I'm Leaf Bach and talking with head coach of the Hillsboro Central Valley girls basketball team, Haley Lout. The HCV Burros are 1-8 as they started the new year with a loss against Larimore. But, Coach, let's talk about that game a little bit. A different story compared to the last time we played Larimore. A little bit closer game with a score of 31-47.
Yeah, well, we came out first. It was 8-0 for a very long time, and then it went to 15-3, and then we kind of lost the lead towards the half, and then we just couldn't maintain it, and that was our biggest thing. So we saw a lot of good things, though, and it was awesome to see those girls come out confident and attack, and they were very good with the ball. They were calm with the press. So that was a big thing that we saw, and now we just got to get them to maintain that lead. So we're hoping tonight we can do that. They're very comparable to Larimore, so we just got to come out aggressive and tough.
Would you say that that's the biggest thing? I mean, we've talked about rebounding, we've talked about speed, but confidence, building that up, especially over this Christmas break, into this game, would you say that's a big key against Park River, Fordville, Lincoln?
Yes, for sure. We've talked to the girls. They've got really good skills, and they're improving every day, and now it's just the confidence of using those skills and being aggressive and wanting that ball. I think with such a close game it was with Larimore, and that we actually had the lead for a very long time, it hurt them, which is good. We talked about it's got to hurt. We've got to have some motivation into practice to get us going, and so they got to see that they weren't feeling like they were losing by a lot. They know they can do it now, and that's the biggest thing. So we need to carry that confidence into Park River and just keep going.
One of the things with confidence, in my opinion, is communication, and your JV does an excellent job. It's been awesome to hear the girls, calling for the ball and watching on the defense. Has the varsity adopted that quite yet? Am I going to find out tonight?
Yeah, they kind of go back and forth with a couple games of either communicating and not communicating, and then we talk about look at the games when we're not communicating, you can tell. And that energy, it carries on to the varsity. They are pretty good at it, and now they just have to keep it every game and not just every other game.
Anybody else we need to be watching for tonight, or is it kind of just the regulars and just watch the game?
Yeah, it's kind of, the girls have all been improving too. It's kind of been hard for us. We've been asked that, like, who's standing out, and I'm like, I don't know. They're all improving. It's fun to have 13 to 14 girls that we can put out there and feel confident that they can score or do something for us. So right now we're just going to, it kind of depends on the night who's going to be on and who's not, and the girls just step up. So we've got a lot of girls that have a lot going for them, so hopefully we can see them prove that tonight.
Coach Haley Loud of the Hillsboro Central Valley Girls Burros team. Best of luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
There you have it, Haley Lout, head coach for Hillsboro Central Valley. They are 1-8 on the season. 4-4 are the Aggies, who come from Park River, Fordville, Lincoln. I'm gonna nail that. I'm just gonna nail that one of these times. Get it flowing. But so far. So two co-op teams tonight here in Region 1, North Dakota girls basketball, and we'll be getting to experience that. And from Central Valley also, I bet I left that on the printer at the office, but I believe we've got the North Dakota media poll for the girls side for the B Kindred leading the way still there, undefeated 9-0. 4 wins. Minnewacan is in the number 2 slot, 8-0. And then it goes Grafton and Central Cass in the 3 and 4, 6-1. You saw Central Cass and Northern Cass here on your live event. I got to call that one just the other day. Rugby in the 5 slot, they're 8-0. 8-0 team in the 5 slot behind 2 teams that have lost. Linton HMB in the 6th spot, they're 6-1. Shiloh Christian 7-2 on the season. Thompson 6-1. Garrison 8-0. Edgeley, Colm, and Montpelier are 9-0 in the 10 slot. So there's an update for you on the North Dakota media poll for Class B girls basketball. So just an update there here in our Irie Insurance pregame show. And thanks to Irie Insurance for sponsoring the pregame show for our Hillsboro Central Valley Borough games. As it's a great opportunity to get to talk to those coaches and kind of hear what they have to say and what their plan is. Great to hear that the Burros are gaining some confidence and wanting to come into this one after a tough loss to Larimore and getting a taste for what was close and wanting to come after it some more. As for Coach Berg saying that the Aggies trying to kind of come out of their break and break the Christmas legs, the New Year's legs, if that's what you want to call it. We're going to take it to a break and come back with your American Crystal Sugar starting lineups after the anthem during this break. Thanks to Irie Insurance once again for the pregame show for all your insurance needs. Visit Irie Insurance online at IrieINS.com. That's IHRYINS.com. Aggies and Burros in Central Valley Region 1 North Dakota girls basketball coming your way in just a bit.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
As your community-owned utility, we always power through challenges. And in the face of any challenge, the City of Hillsboro remains unwavering in our commitment to you. We power both your life and work, whether that means hot cocoa with the family in the morning or a hot deadline at work that leaves the lights on a little longer at night. We're here with safe, reliable, clean energy. The City of Hillsboro, empowering our community.
The American farmer has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Columbia Grain and Agronomy is here to help on every acre with the highest quality products and expert local service. Contact the Agronomy Centers in Climax at 218-857-2165 or Arvilla at 701-343-6273. Columbia Grain and Agronomy, committed to cultivating growth through a diverse mix of products and expert knowledge. Contact them today and make the most of every acre. Call Climax at 218-857-2165 or Arvilla at 701-343-6273.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000-plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving the lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots, American Crystal Sugar Company.
Welcome back on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leif Bakken. Glad to have the play-by-play for you tonight in this Region 1 North Dakota girls basketball matchup. We've also got Keith Meyer on camera and on color commentary for us tonight. Appreciate Keith's help. Also, Mark Forseth in the house, executive producer. Got to give him his praise. He doesn't write the checks, but he's very close, so I got to make sure I give him the love he needs. We're going to get here to our American Crystal Sugar starting lineup for the Aggies of Park River, Fordville, Lincoln. Starting is number 3, that's Addie Sabinski. She's a sophomore guard at 5'6". Number 10 is Greta Wareham. She's a guard and a junior at 5'8". Number 13, Danny Thompson, a forward at 5'5", and she's a sophomore. Hannah Halverson wears the number 15. She's a 5'11 junior and plays forward And rounding out for the Aggies is Megan Larson wearing the number 23, a 5'7 junior and a guard. Once again, head coach is John Berg, assisted by Paige Meyer. A little Burrow Buddy activity tonight. That's awesome. Glad to see that as we move on to the Burrows. Starting for them, number 3 is Tatum Limke. She's a senior and a 5'7 guard for this Burrow team. Number 11 is Stella Benson. She's a senior as well at 5'6 and a forward. 24 is Kennedy Olson. She's a freshman, a guard and forward at 5'5. Does a good job for this team. Haley Smeldon also does a nice job as a freshman. A guard and forward is her listing as position. 5'8 and wearing the number 25. And number 33 is Matea Ahrens, the junior and forward at 5'8. Head coach, once again, Haley Laut, assisted by Olivia Anderson. And we'll be talking about quite a few of these ladies coming out onto the floor, I'm sure, because the Burrows like to get into the bench a little bit. Previous to this, you saw the Aggies beat the Burrows in junior varsity action, 46-27. It was a close one up until, what would you say, Keith, middle of the third? Or it was fairly close there, and then the Aggies kind of ran away with it. So we'll get underway here from the Central Valley Schools as the Burrows will come up with it knocked away, but Olsen will grab it once again, and away we go in Region 1, North Dakota girls basketball. Limke going to drive to that far wing. Now Ahrens gets that handoff, drives into the lane, aggressively goes up, misses, and Halverson comes up with the rebound. Thompson brings the ball down the floor. Good job by Limke guarding her. Now stolen away by Smeldon. She's got all the space she wants. Wide open Prairies. Doesn't quite work out off the board, and then it was loose. Smeldon grabbed it out of bounds. So we stay tied at 0. Larson brings the ball up. Now we kick it back to Skibicki, excuse me. Nice job by Olsen trying to pick the pocket there. Not quite successfully, as Benson was giving Thompson a little bit of trouble, and then a travel is called. So unfortunate turnover for the Aggies with 7:12 to go in this first quarter. Benson to inbound, trying to find somebody, as the Aggies put on a press, but the Burrows have no problem trying to break that. Nice try by Olsen on the pass, but it's going to be taken away there by Larson. She'll be in charge of it, drive all the way to that far corner, hand off to Skibicki. Driving around, goes through, no foul called, as the ball was loose and then stolen away by Olsen. Kennedy Olsen wanted to pass. Benson wasn't paying attention, and so she decided to carry it. So, Keith, I guess you either call a travel or the double dribble in that situation.
One or the other. It's got to be some sort of a turnover.
So another turnover, and we stay at 0s as Larson brings the ball up the floor. Limke going to play her tight. Smeldon trying to pick the pocket of Thompson. Now Wareham gets stopped at the free throw line. Aaron's guarding tightly. Here's a three-point shot on the way off the front of the rim. Rebound is offensive. Nice job there for Halverson. Another offensive rebound. And now a foul will be called as everyone scrambles trying to make sure that the basket's being protected.
Burrow's not boxing out very well on that early possession. They get 3 shots in a row there, Park River?
Yeah, so we got to make sure that you're getting in there, boxing out, and I know that's something that we talked about as Halverson steps out of bounds trying to drive that baseline. You and I talked about that in the old year, 2021, about boxing out. Coach Haley Loud has talked about how they've worked on that some, and as I say that, they're trying to break this press, and it's taken away by Thompson on the steal. And now we'll have some points on the board put up by Larson. Just under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. 2-0 is the score as the Burrows try to drive past this press. Smeldon drives to the middle of the lane. Here's an elbow shot for Benson. Had a nice spin to it. I like the way it looked. But an offensive or defensive rebound, I should say, by Wareham. As I say that, she turns it over with a travel. Got to make sure you handle your happy feet.
Nice to see Stella Benson taking that shot. She needs to start asserting herself for this team.
Maddie Olson checked into the game, found Benson as she will have the ball way out towards center court, trying to set the play up. As you said that, I thought Benson might take that shot on the inbound pass as Limke passes over. Three-pointer on the way, around the rim, no good, and falls into the hands of the defense. Larson will be in charge of the offense for the Aggies. Ball worked around the perimeter. Smeldon playing a little bit tight there, so that's where her foul will come in, and it will be the second foul of the evening for the Burros and of the game.
She saw that ball staring her in the face, so she took a lunge at it. The Aggie did a nice job of protecting the ball.
As they try to bring the ball in, nice job by Maddie Olson, who gives a little grief, and then the missed shot ends up in the hands of Smeldon on the rebound. And then before they can take the shot on the other end, they walk with it. So, a case of happy feet for both sides, Keith. And that's just something that comes with as the game goes on and you calm down. Everybody's got some energy tonight. 5 minutes to play as drive in by the Aggies. It's going to be blocked by Benson and taken away. Maddie Olson will be in charge of the offense, directing Smeldon down. Limke pops out. Now over to Benson. She takes a nice jumper. Another good-looking shot, just couldn't quite get it. Fight for the rebound, ends up in the hands of Skibicki. Hand off to Wareham. Now Larson on a three-point shot. Lucky bounce for Larson as she puts that one in, and a timeout will be called by Coach John Berg. 5 points for the Aggies from Park River, Forkville, Lankin, and the Burros with a goose egg up there right now on yourliveevent.com.
You're never too young to start saving for your future. Dakota Heritage Bank offers the Grow With Us program. It's a young savers club with various incentives, newsletters, a higher savings rate, bonuses, and more. Contact Dakota Heritage Bank to learn more about the Grow With Us program. Dakota Heritage Bank has 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard shows us the Aggies 5, the Burros 0 on yourliveevent.com. Leaf Bakken and Keith Meyer here from Central Valley as Carsey Hattlestead checks in and tries to pass up ahead to break this break that press, but taken away, and then offensive rebound, and now a foul will be called on Wareham, who is down there battling. And actually we have, is it all new players? Yes. So I have a lot of number writing to do. Kennedy Olson's still in there.
Line change.
Line change in hockey. That pass over the top by Ensign to Hattlestead. She's double-teamed on this near side. Now the 8th grader, Addison Sorry, does a good job substituting off the bench. Dovin Mueller wearing the number 23. And now it'll be Olson at top, up top, in control. Sorry, trying to find Hattlestead. Nice cut by Olson. Was running out of time on the shot clock. I wasn't even watching that. Nice offensive rebound for Dovin Mueller and the putback. And puts the Burros up on the board, down by 3 now, at 3:30 to go in the first quarter. This one going to be taken away now by Hattlestead. Olson bringing it up. Takes that baseline jumper shot, no good. Rebound falls to a new player there, and that's Ella Johnson, who we heard Coach Berg talk about in our pregame. She goes for the shot here. It rolls over the rim, and she'll extend their lead 7-2 as we approach 3 minutes to play. Pass up ahead to Olson, just a little too far under the basket. Offensive rebound for Ensign. Put up, no good. Olson with it, and now it'll be a defensive rebound for Wareham. She'll drive all the way, coast to coast, as they used to say. Burrows trying to stop as Ensign's driving in, and a block going to be called on Skibicki.
A lot of dribbling. boy, you'd like to see him just pick that ball up, clear the half line, pick the ball up, get the ball moving with the pass.
As we say that, we have mostly starters in there. Maddie Olson will be in charge of the ball. Smeldon will take it from her. Nice little over-the-top pass to Ahrens. That one maybe partially blocked and then falls into the hands of Wareham. Ahrens will pick her up at the three-point line, and the Aggies will work the ball around. Skibicki trying to drive in. Nice little bounce pass to Halverson. Can't get it in. Rebound is still loose. The official's going to let them play a little bit tonight, I think, Keith. I mean, I don't think there was anything necessarily rough or bad going on there, just a little bit clumsily trying to get to the corner.
No, I like that. Let him be aggressive a little bit. Learn to play with some force in there.
Ball worked to the corner, now trying to drive that baseline, and now a foul to be called on Maddie Olson. That'll be the third, her first. Team foul 3, 2 team fouls on the Aggies with 2:01 to play as the bounce pass comes in to Johnson, and the jump ball will be called. As you mentioned, Keith, Stella Benson being aggressive, and you like to see that on her shots and on her defense, and that's how you get tie-ups like that, and next time it'll work in their favor. Smeldon also going to be aggressive. We've seen her as a freshman be quite aggressive. She wants to be a leader for this team. She's talked about that with us, and you got to commend her for that. And you can't blame her for trying to steal that ball there.
Yeah, the thing she's got to learn is that she's got to cut in front of the player to get that steal, not right at the player.
Tessa Johnson steps on for Smeldon, wearing the number 32. Aggies still have the ball. This is Skibicki hanging out, and now Olsen will step close enough to get that 5 count started. Halverson trying to drive in, kind of picked it up, and from this angle, the official called it properly as a travel, but you may wonder if she had control of it with a little bit of a fumble there, but that's why I'm up here calling it not in the stripes tonight. Johnson back to Benson, and now Ahrens will bring it across the ooh, that's very close.
Well,
Benson was trying to jump over and establish herself in the front court. Ahrens was passing it back. For Ahrens, she's got to recognize that she had some time and could have held the ball, but unfortunate turnover there. 9-2 still to score, 1:30 to play in the first as the Aggies have the ball and the lead. Pass over by Thompson. Larson trying to drive in. Nice job by Lemke playing some tight defense. Halverson in the middle trying to drive, and she's trying to get the moves to work, Keith, but she's just stepping just one too many times, maybe two too many times. Benson inbounds, finds Aaron. Now she's stuck with the ball, back ahead to Ahrens. Jump stop, almost got double teamed. Nice pass up ahead. Johnson back out to Ahrens. Lemke has a look from the elbow, but she'll drive to the block. Gets shut down. She's quadruple teamed. Here's a shot from the wing for Ahrens. No good. Rebound falls down to Johnson. Skibicki bringing the ball up the floor. 52 to play in the first quarter. And a foul going to be called up on top as Thompson was trying to drive.
Too much hands on the defense. The Burros have been playing kind of handsy with the defense. They got to pick up their feet and move them.
That was on Johnson, her first team foul 5. 45 seconds to play in the first. Skibicki trying to drive in. Handoff pass to Larson. Trying to kick it back. Was it last touched? No. Skibicki thought that maybe one of the Burros touched that on its way over to the corner. And now this will be one of those difficult inbounds with a press put on by the Aggies. Lemke will receive it, trying to go up ahead. Ahrens has some space. She'll work with it. Now double teamed, kicked back. Lemke tosses. Oh, unlucky roll. Ahrens comes up with the offensive rebound. Tries to hand off to Benson, and now it's poked away. And we're going to give Skibicki the steal and then a foul.
That's a tough choice for Lemke down in there. She was kind of open. Might have been better taking the shot than trying to shovel it into Stella Benson inside.
15 seconds to go in the first. 9-2 is the score. Aggies don't have a shot clock to worry about. They might just run the quarter out. They'll take an opportunity here. Thompson to Halverson. She gets a nice little under move and makes that work. Her first points of the night. Thompson with the assist, and that's how we close out quarter number 1. 11 for Park River. Fordville, Lankin, 2 for Hillsboro Central Valley on yourliveevent.com. Quarter number 2 on the way.
Hillsboro Drug and Gift, your area Health Mart pharmacy, is bringing you the savings on your cough and cold medications, including Hall's Cough Drops, just $1.99 per package. Chloroseptic Sore Throat Spray is $4.99. Save on Health Mart brand Adult Tussin. You can choose from mucus and chest congestion, cough and chest congestion DM, or multi-symptom cold CF, $3.99 each. Health Mart Daytime Cold and Flu Non-Drowsy Liquid is $5.49, or Nighttime Cold and Flu Liquid, $6.29. Hillsboro Drug and Gift and Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you. Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day, and is done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Welcome back on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leif Bakken as the Burros are trying to make it work for them as they start the second quarter with the ball, but goes out of bounds and turnover, and we get rolling again here. I'm Leif Bakken, Keith Meyer on the camera and on color tonight. Appreciate his help as always. Mark Forsyth over here. We need to get him on color, I bet, one of these times. As a nice shot from the top for Jaylee Jelinek, the 5'1" senior guard for the Aggies of Park River Fordville Lankin. Kick out to Olsen, who tries to drive in, and she should have went up with the ball and let go of it because she traveled, and we have a turnover, and now we're going to see a bunch of Burros come into the game, including Carsey Hattlestead, the 5'8" freshman. McKenna Dickoff, the 5'9" sophomore, wearing the number 10, as the drive there by the Aggies, no good. Smeldon comes up with the rebound. She was one of the starters, and a nice turnaround and put in for Sadie Gallagher, wearing the number 4, the freshman and 5'7" guard. Good job for her. It is now 13-4 as we are just under 7 minutes to play in the first half. Trying to get that pushed away. That's Megan Enzyme, the 5'6" freshman, who does a good job subbing off the bench. That's the word I'm looking for. There's too much going on in my brain as the ball put up and rebounded offensively for Wareham. Now it comes back down into the hands of Smeldon. She's going to drive up ahead to Gallagher, who's double teamed. Now she's trying to get that shot, but blocked and then falls in the hands of Halverson. Aggies work the ball around. Larson trying to drive in, now kicks out. Good drive by Thompson off the edge of the rim. Enzyme comes up with the rebound. As I say that, Jelinek comes up with a steal on the other end as they were driving. Got to protect that ball just a little bit. Halverson on that far block. Hattlestead doing a good job playing defense. Just found herself a little bit out of position. And a timeout going to be called by Coach Berg. 15 for the Aggies, 4 for the Burros on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. This is yourliveevent.com.
Full Service Foods in Hillsboro provides contract packaging and private label foods for your local and regional retail stores. Full Service Foods is a leader in the upper Midwest for less than truckload quantities for contract manufactured sauces and dressings. They are a privately held company with a reputation for quality and customer service. Full Service Foods is proud to be in Hillsboro and bringing employment opportunities to the area. Find out more at fullservicefoods.com. Full Service Foods of Hillsboro, proud to support this community event.
Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard, 15 for the Aggies, 4 for the Burros on yourliveevent.com. Call Tim Gazette Seed Sales for your seed needs, 701-430-0877, as the Burros are trying to work with the ball. And a pass from Hattlestead taken away by Wareham, and then Hattlestead will block it. Ends up in the hands of the Aggies, so they'll get another chance at it. Halverson on a free throw shot. This one loose and ends up in the hands of Ensign as two players hit the floor, one from each team. Now taken away once again on the other side by Larson. Trying to get a steal here is Ensign as she hits the floor. Good job by Hattlestead blocking Larson on that one, coming up with the rebound. Then as Hattlestead comes across the timeline, she shuffles her feet on the pass. 15 for the Aggies, 4 for the Burros. With just under 5 minutes to play in the first half, Johnson steps onto the floor for the Aggies, wearing the number 30. This is Jelinek with the ball, hands off to Wareham. Nice move, great pass. Gotta love that. Johnson puts it in, and that's a great job for Wareham to be aware of that, to just bounce that through the double defense. 3-point shot on the way from Gallagher, no good. Rebound falls down to Johnson. It'll be Jelinek to be the one to lead the offense. She'll drive in, bounce pass down, no good. Ensign with the rebound, leading in rebounds for her Burro team off of the bench with 4. Hattlestead helps Ensign out, and she'll be in charge of the offense. Smeldon will get the pass. 4:10 to play in this first half. Ensign, long three-pointer on the way. Looked a little bit flat, but hit the rim just about right. The rebound fell down to Johnson again there. Jelinek to Skibicki. Now off to the side, that's Larson over the top. Good job by Johnson on an offensive rebound. Well, the Aggies were trying to make something happen, but they stood too long in the lane. You don't see that happen too often, Keith. I saw the other night, two 5-second calls on one on an out of bounds and one on dribbling, I believe it was, and then I've seen a few of these 3-second calls. So it's just one of those things that players forget. As a steal comes up for the Aggies, Skibicki driving in. Limke is going to be in the wrong spot to defend, and so 2 shots coming up.
I think players forget that 3-second call because it's called so rarely.
Right.
You could call 3 seconds almost every trip down the court. But if the player will make an honest effort to get out of the lane and then go back in, they generally leave that alone. But in that situation, the rebounders for Park River Fordville Lincoln were in the lane, and they stayed there after 3 consecutive shots. So
first shot missed by Skibicki. Second one will be good. As that was the first time we've been to the free throw line tonight. Benson is trying to drive, and a hand check to be called on Skibicki. And honestly, Keith, I was just, as you were saying that, I remembered, I feel like you see the 3-second lane call on boys more often, because usually, I don't know, I feel like sometimes those big guys are a little more lethargic and they just kind of hang out and make a campfire in the middle of that thing.
Now be careful who you're talking to.
For those of you who don't know Keith, he's a big, tall guy who I imagine played post.
Yeah. And I was accused of being a post out there.
Ball worked around by the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley. As we approach 3 minutes to go, 10 seconds on the shot clock, so they've got to make something happen. Smeldon takes it on the wing, kicked out to Olsen. 3-pointer on the way, just a little bit flat. Benson gets a hand on it, and this one rolls away. Skibicki was thinking about letting it roll away, but she grabs it instead for the rebound. In the game there is Hannah Larson, a 5'6" junior. She wears 11. She's got the black sleeves. I like these Aggie jerseys. I kind of like that black and gold together, as this one's knocked out of bounds and will stay with the Aggies. Skibicki getting a well-deserved break as Coach Berg gives her a high five, and returning to the floor is Danny Thompson. Smeldon being aggressive again, almost had the steal, but almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades as she comes up with her second foul. No, excuse me, third.
Yeah. Smeldon, she's got that aggressiveness. She's got the speed to pull those things off. She just needs to learn from the mistakes that she makes and know when to go after the ball and when to leave it alone.
So the bonus shot taken for Larson is good. She earns the second. .233 to play. Second shot on the way, also good. 20-4. 2.5 to play in the first half. Olsen trying to get away too fast as Thompson gets the steal. That's my opinion, as we see that is Hannah Larson come up with some points and go into the book. 22-4 on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. 2:21 to play in the first half. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll take time as well.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank. The Goose River Bank wants to bring banking to you. The days of coming into the bank to do business are changing. With digital banking, you can choose how and when you want to do business with us. We will still be here when you need us, but sometimes it's more useful to bank from the seat of your tractor, the kitchen counter, or even while you're on the go. Let the Goose River Bank become your community bank. We believe that a strong bank builds strong communities, and we would be proud to be your bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, Halsted Living Center offers a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care. With Halsted Living Center, there is an attached medical clinic and independent senior housing facility. Physical, occupational, and speech therapy services are available for both inpatient and outpatient. Respite care is available too, as well as hospice services. Call 218-456-2105 for openings available now with Halsted Living Center, or find more information at halstedlivingcenter.com.
Coming out of our timeout late as the Burros were trying to go for the shot, and the rebound is brought down by Halverson for the Aggies of Park River Forkville Lankin, who lead 22-4 on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. They drive in. Johnson with a good rebound. Can't quite get it to fall. There's Kennedy Olson, though, with a rebound. Maddie Olson, Kennedy Olson, and now Benson on this near side wing. We go back up to the Olsons. Benson flies across to the other side. 2-3 defense put on here by the Aggies seems to be working, and as I say that, I would say it works if Larson's able to poke that one away. Does so, and it last goes off of the Burros.
Kennedy Olson must have been laying on the line as she tried to tie up the Park River player there.
Hattlestead steps back onto the floor. Ahrens goes to the bench. As Larson gets around Maddie Olson, she's kind of got her way paved, and it will fall through. I've seen funnier things happen, I guess, Keith, and it's actually been tonight. We've seen a couple of in the JV game, we saw some rattle out as well. So interesting there, 24-4, under a minute to play now in the first half. Benson with the ball on that far side elbow. Olson trying to cut through traffic, but the pass didn't quite work out, taken away by Halverson. Hannah Larson with the ball. Three-point shot on the way, no good. Hattlestead comes up with the rebound. Larson trying to play some tight defense against her as we hit 30 seconds to go. 20-point lead for the Aggies of Park River Forkville Lankin. Couple of Burros cutting across the lane. Olson looking for Benson, and the pass is too hard. 4 Burros will come off the bench. Ensign, Dovenmuller, Johnson, and Gallagher. So that leaves Kennedy Olson, the only one left out there. 15 seconds. No shot clock in play. Larson for the Aggies. Brings it in. Thompson with it now. Halverson back over to Larson. Taken away by Ensign. Trying to capitalize on it with only a few seconds left. She's got to take that shot. Does so, but it's blocked. Ensign, credit her with the steal. And then a block for Larson. And I realize that there are 2 Larsons for them. Megan Larson, that is, the 5'7 junior. Well, 24 for Park River, Forkville, Lincoln. 4 for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales Golden Harvest Seed Scoreboard. Tim Cassette Seed Sales, call them for your seed sale, or seed needs, I should say, 701-430-0877. Farmers Union Insurance Halftime Show coming up in just a bit on YourLiveEvent.com, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. I'm Leif Bach and Keith Meyer with me. We'll be back in just a bit.
The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club supports Hillsboro Central Valley students in their school activities and encourages all students to be involved in the activities at your school. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club takes great pride in uniting the communities to support the boroughs. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club encourages everyone to promote school spirit, sportsmanship, and to support the Hillsboro Central Valley students. Go Burros!
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Cruise on over to Hillsboro Body Shop, where they work on anything automotive. Cars, pickups, semis, and more. The guys combine for over 25 years of experience with professional, top quality, and timely automotive service. It's Ben and Tyrell at the Hillsboro Body Shop. Call 701-636-4981. Cars, pickups, semis, and more. If it moves and needs work, bring it over to the Hillsboro Body Shop. Call Ben Alba and Tyrell Lee, 701-636-4981. The Hillsboro Body Shop.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
Welcome back to Central Valley Schools. I'm Leif Bakken. Keith Meyer along my side on the camera and on the color here on YourLiveEvent.com as we enter the Farmers Union Insurance Halftime Show for auto, farm, home, and business. Visit with Ryan Opdahl at Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsboro. Farmers Union Insurance Halftime Show as we talk a little bit about this game. And, well, the thing is we're sitting at 24-4 on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. So I can tell you that in the first quarter, Dovin Mueller started the scoring for the Hillsboros with a field goal. And then Gallagher comes in off the bench. I don't know what you would call that, Keith. Probably 9 or 10 deep now at that point, and comes in and she scores, which was great to see. Good job for her, the 5'7 freshman. We've seen good looks for the Burros, Keith. Just not getting them to fall the way we need.
Yeah, I would say that they're getting a little bit better on shot selection. Talked a little bit early during one of the early breaks that they were not making very good choices. They're trying to shoot over people or shoot through people, and their passing was pretty poor. Now they seem to be calming down a little bit and moving the ball and finding somebody that's, open to take a decent shot. And, at this stage of the game, whether that ball goes in or not, as long as they've had patience enough to get a good open shot, that's progress. Then you can, then it's a matter of repetition in practice and, dare I say, in the off season, to get to the point where you can make those shots when you get them.
Right, absolutely. And we heard Coach Laut talk about it in the pregame about confidence. I think we're seeing that show through for the Burros in certain aspects. They're going after the ball, especially Smeldon and Benson. We see Benson taking some shots that we hadn't seen in 2021, so that's really good to see. On that note, we talked about it earlier, the rebounding is lacking a little bit for the Burros, so they need to pick that up, and once they do that, things change quite a bit. When we flip over to the Park River, Fordville, Lankin Aggies, they're rebounding and getting on the boards extremely well. Johnson is leading the way there with 6 rebounds, followed by 5 by Wareham, and so, again, that's Ella Johnson who comes off the bench, and Coach Berg said that once in a while, she's their 6th person, and she's led in scoring in past games. So that's really interesting and good for her, and she did a great job rebounding in there. Lead in score right now, pretty well evened out among these players, but it looks to me, if I looked at this properly, Megan Larson leading the way. She's already got the cycle with 2 free throws, a 3-pointer, and a field goal. Johnson, who came off the bench again, Ella Johnson with 2 regular field goals, and then Halverson has been in there. Hannah Halverson, a 5'11 junior, listed as a forward. You don't see very many girls basketball players listed as centers. She could probably, she's forward center, and we talked about her as well. She just has to calm her feet down, but she's got some pretty sweet moves if she can establish her feet, move that pivot, or she had one really sweet under and up that I really liked. So you expect that from a 5'11 person, though.
Yeah. No, I was impressed with how she settled in and began to have a little more patience with her move, not trying to hurry it, just taking her time, finding the gap in there, and getting to the basket for layups in there. And that was great. There was also tremendous assist. They ran their offense to perfection. Mm-hmm. They ran the good old high-low where they got the ball to the, I want to say, down at the HCV on the court. And I can't remember who got the pass in there, but she immediately turned around and looked low, and there was Halverson cutting from the weak side. A little bounce pass, nice easy layup. That, I'm sure, made the coaching staff of PRFL very happy to see that.
Yeah, and that was Greta Wareham, a 5'8 junior. And again, this team full of juniors. They've only got 1 senior and they've got 2 sophomores. Everybody else is a junior. So a really good team, experienced team. Coach Berg talked about that, and he likes that team. I like the way they look. And again, he said 4-4. He doesn't feel too bad about that. And this team, in my opinion, I'd say they look like a 4-4 team right now, and they're trying to build up after the break. The big story after rebounds is steals. Leader in steals right now is Megan Larson with 3, and then there's a handful of people with 2 and 1, and so they're able to successfully get the ball out of the cookie jar. And again, the Burros have been aggressive in trying to do that, but they've been caught hitting the arm a few too many times, so they'll have to control that. We'll have to see what happens here in the second half. It is 24-4. The Aggies of Park River, Forkville, Lankin, leading the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros on the Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard. And that concludes our Farmers Union Insurance halftime show. For auto, farm, home, and business, visit with Ryan Opdahl at Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsboro. More Region 1 girls basketball from North Dakota coming your way after this.
H509. If you are already a member, thank you. If you are not a member, we would love to invite you to join Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars. We remind you every graduating student who applies will receive at least 1 scholarship through Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars. So we can continue this amazing program, please consider a gift this season to Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars. Visit H509 Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars website or Facebook page for more information.
The Hillsboro Vets Club. It's where Boro sports fans meet after every game. The Hillsboro Vets Club is cheering for the Burros and also very appreciative of the community support of all of their fundraisers, their events, and just stopping in to enjoy the social and great atmosphere at the Hillsboro Vets Club. Good luck, Burros, from all your friends and veterans from the Hillsboro Vets Club. It's where Burros sports fans and us broadcasters meet after every game. This is Jim Berkmeyer, owner of R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Together with Bernie, we're inviting you to join us on a tour of Victoria, Vancouver, and the Canadian Rockies, July 14th through 23rd. On this tour, we'll visit historic Victoria, tour the breathtaking Butchert Gardens, and experience the stunning scenery of the Canadian Rockies via rails train. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ. Learn more about this tour and watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Remember the keyword RJ.
And welcome back. Leaf Bach and Keith Meyer on your liveevent.com. As the Aggies start off with the ball, they take a shot. Rebound will be offensive and go to Wareham after Larson took that shot. Here's Halverson in the middle of the lane. Another offensive rebound, and now a foul. So Halverson comes up with 2 of those. The other one was Thompson, who got in there. Her first rebound of the night, by the way, as the Aggies lead the Burros 24-4 after 2 quarters of play. Halverson will get to shoot 2. This is only our second trip to the free throw line tonight. And the Aggies are the only ones who have gone to the free throw line. Ensign checks in and will come in for Limke. Ahrens, Ensign, Benson, and Olsen, they're all in at the lane as Ensign comes up with another rebound. Smeldon is the other Burro player. With the ball right now is Kennedy Olsen. Hands off to Smeldon. Nice little, I like that. Drive into the lane, put that floater up. Smeldon with her first points of the night. And break that drought for the Burros, get to 6. Thompson drives. Now Skibicki trying to get to that. Good job by Olsen trying to get to the ball. Larson loses it, but gathered back up by Thompson. Wareham on the far side, poked away by Ahrens, gathered back up, and there's some aggressiveness again, as we talked about, Keith. Diving in there and trying to take that ball away.
That's the only thing that really hurts Park River at times is, I wouldn't say carelessness with the ball, but they make some mistakes with it. That's the next step they need to take in their team development.
Ensign finds Benson off of that inbound. Smeldon goes on the shot. Halverson will be the one with the rebound. Skibicki to bring it down the floor. Trying to find Thompson up ahead, just out of her reach. And Park River Fordville Lincoln is, I think they're trying to push things a little too fast here to start off this second half. So the Burros trying to take advantage of that. Smeldon driving against the tall Halverson. And as I say that, Halverson will use that height to block. Skibicki, now a long 2-point shot for Thompson. No good. Smeldon comes up with the rebound. Kennedy Olsen will be in charge of the offense, as she has for most of this season for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Ensign, good drive in. Off the board, gets her own rebound, goes back up with it. No good. Kennedy Olsen with the rebound and then gets tied up. Just so you know here, Keith, and for our viewers as well, Megan Ensign, the 5'6" freshman wearing the number 13, she has 7 rebounds on the night so far. She's been doing a good job coming off the bench and getting in there. Of course, you'd like to see more of it as this one's knocked away. Ahrens will come up with the steal. Nice job, a good pass up ahead, just too hard off the board. Ensign reaches in there and gets caught.
Ensign, of course, being young, you're going to make mistakes. That was the case where she kind of hurried herself a little bit when she had an easy shot with nobody around her.
Trying to drive in here. That's a Wareham who puts the shot up and gets fouled. 3 fouls already in this half for the Burros. Benson with that one. It's her first. And Wareham's first trip to the free throw line makes the first. Fairly quiet here at the gym as that one is missed, but then the putback. All right, so there's a lane violation by the Burros, so we get one more shot here for Wareham, and she's going to be glad that she gets that opportunity.
They had gotten a rebound and scored already. But it all worked out for them.
Ooh, ball comes in, and that's a big steal for Skibicki. And then the points put up and in by Thompson. Ahrens picks up her dribble up ahead to Gallagher. Now Olsen's. They're trying to break that press. Ooh, Smeldon was not ready for the pass as it's taken away by Thompson. Larson to Thompson on the near side. Back to the top where Larson is to Skibicki. Halverson. Larson kind of drive down to that baseline. Wareham trying to go in as well, and I'm not afraid to say this, I guess, Keith, but I'm going to call that a little bit of lazy defense as
Yes.
Olsen, she was already past Olsen, and Olsen decided to reach in.
Yep. A previous possession for the Burros.
Oh, they put that on Ahrens instead. I apologize.
Okay. That previous possession, oh boy, we got line changes. I'll let you figure that out.
Sorry, Olsen, Dickoff, Hattlestead, and Dovenmuller all in there. We'll get the names and numbers matched unless you know them by heart at home.
I think we had several Aggies that snuck in there too.
Looks like Johnson is out there as well as Jelinek as the ball is trying to be advanced. Ooh, Dovenmuller almost taking the foot to the face, and then she's trying to find somebody, get in a better position to throw that ball, but that's a travel.
Yeah. Can't roll over with the ball. You got to remain where you're at.
Well, trying to work with it now for the Aggies. Skibicki, nice job by Sari, wearing the number 5. Really pressuring that as a steal comes up for Hattlestead. Addison Sari in charge of the ball, being pressured by Addie Skibicki. Dickoff was going to cut, but she has to jump back out with 4:25 to play in the third. Dovenmuller gets kind of trapped with the ball there in the wing. Maddie Olsen will come and save her. Pass the ball or pick it up. They were close to that 5 seconds. Dickoff going to go into the scorebook. Good job by McKenna Dickoff, the 5'9" sophomore. (29-8). Long 2-point shot on the way, no good. Rebound is knocked out of bounds and will stay with the Aggies of Park River Fordville Lankin. .353 to play. Aggies trying to, in the third, I should say, as the Aggies try to inbound the ball. And good drive by Larson, but Sari going to come up with the rebound. Good turnaround shot for her. She got that pass, and now a rebound and a push. They put this one on Wareham for the Aggies. Her second and team foul 1 here in the second half. Sari will back out to near center court and call out the play. Picks up her dribble high out on the key. Dickoff gets stopped at the elbow. Kick over to Dovenmuller, and she already planted her foot. And so it slipped past her, so unfortunate turnover for the Burros with 3:20 to go in the third. Jelinek brings the ball down the floor, finds some space, and then loses control of the ball as some Burros collapsed around her. And I don't know if that scared her or if that just messed up her dribble a little bit, that ball just kind of got away from her. As Benson steps onto the floor for the Burros, we'll see Dovenmuller go back to the bench, and we're going to see a couple of Aggies step on, and I missed who they were for sure.
Halverson, Gillespie, and Danny Thompson.
Thank you, Keith. First look at Clover Gillespie, the 5'7" junior wearing number 22 out there. Sari, the 8th grader, driving in. She's quadruple team, gets her own rebound, gets blocked this time, and then that falls into the hands of Gillespie. Gillespie will bring the ball up the floor herself. Halverson trying to go in, and battle for the rebound will be a jump.
Sorry snuck in there and got that rebound, but at that point you got to realize that you're 5'1", the other people are about 5'9", 5'10". You better just dribble out and reset.
Burrows trying to break the press as they do so. Maddie Olson with it, trying to go on a baseline jumper, but Halverson with the block. So they come up with the ball again. The Burrows do. So they'll try to make a play out of it. Long three-pointer, I should say short three-pointer, but it's long for Sari, and she nails it. Great job for the 5'2" eighth grader. She's going to be a good player, I think, in the future to come as she continues to develop these skills, and playing varsity at this age is good for her as well. Dickoff got control of the ball and then rolled on it, so she turns it over with a travel with 2:01 to go in the third. Benson to inbound, finds Hattlestead. Gets across the timeline and then stops. Sorry, once again, calling out the play. Benson gets a nice screen from Olsen, kind of a double screen. Ooh, long three-point wing shot. Oh, that looked good, but just a little bit short as the rebound falls down to Johnson on that one for the Aggies. Thompson to Skibicki, Johnson, back to Thompson, who's trying to drive. Shot put up, no good. Benson with the rebound, now going to be taken away by Skibicki. This one just a little bit too high as Halverson, who skies over pretty much everybody, was looking down upon Addie Skibicki, and just too high. Trying to break this press again as Dickoff steps in, and now Benson trying to drive. Double team taken away. Here's Larson. Sorry, trying to defend that. Offensive rebound put up by Gillespie. Rebound is loose and falls into the hands of Hattlestead. Benson gets caught deep in the backcourt. Folks wanting the foul on that, but officials hold their whistles. Sorry goes up on the shot. No good. Rebound for Halverson. Warning going to go on Coach Haley Lout as she is visibly upset. She also must have said something, unless she stepped out too far or something as well. Keith, you were watching a little closer than I was. I was trying to watch the ball.
I think that warning was for leaving the designated coaching area.
Ah, yes.
Otherwise, anything.
Smeldon comes up with the steal. Trying to drive and put some points in. Too hard off the board. Wareham with the rebound and brings the ball down. And just out of the reach of Halverson, excuse me.
I'll finish that thought. Anything else they would have been calling on Coach Lott, they would have, it would have had to have been a technical. There's no warning for that.
Right. Hattlestead gets caught up, no foul. Drive in for Thompson on the steal and the points. Smeldon bringing the ball down, taking the last second shot off the shot clock at the top, no good, and the score now 31 for Park River, Fordville, Lankin Aggies, and 11 for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. Fourth quarter basketball action coming up after this.
We built Irie Insurance with one philosophy: hire great people and provide great service and options. We want to help protect your home, farm, crops, personal, and your businesses. Hello, this is Shane with Irie Insurance, and since day one, we have followed this golden rule to help protect you. That's why we have so many locations like West Fargo, Devils Lake, Hope, Hillsboro, Mackville, and Towner. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to IrieInsurance.com. Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity employer and provider.
Coming June 23rd through the 25th at Brainerd International Raceway, the Midwest Premier Country and Rock Festival. Lakes Jam presented by R&J Broadcasting. On the Bud Light main stage, hear John Party, Tesla, Gabby Barrett, Warrant, kicks, Mark Wills, and more. It's more than a music festival with watercross, drifting, poker tourneys, lawnmower racing, and more. For tickets and more information, visit lakesjam.com.
Well, we come back late again. Aggies take a shot. Sari comes up with the rebound for the Burros, and now she gets tied up between Skibicki and along with Hannah Larson, one of the substitutes for the Aggies, but she does a good job. Again, a bunch of juniors for this Aggies team. Possession arrow was in favor of the Burros, so they get to work with it. Smeldon back to Sari. Thought about taking that long three-point shot. She nailed one in that third quarter. As the Burros are trying to climb back in, Olsen takes a long two-point shot, but Wareham will come up with the rebound on it. Kick back out. That's Larson on the shot. Another offensive rebound for Wareham. And now Olsen, that's Maddie Olsen, will come up with it. 7 minutes to play in the game. Sari finds Hattlestead. Over to Maddie Olsen, and now Smeldon on that far side, trailing by 20. This one poked away, and as I say it was poked away, it was not. Official says last touch by the Burros, so turnover. Olsen steps off. Looks like Benson and Ahrens will step back on. We're also going to see Hattlestead return to the bench. Skibicki bringing the ball down the floor. Bounce pass, handoff to Larson. Nice little turnaround for Johnson underneath. She just found herself in the right spot at the right time. Kennedy Olsen, who also stepped onto the floor there, in charge. Ahrens trying to get away from this Aggie defense, and then ball taken away by Hannah Larson. Bounce pass to the corner. Wareham, double teamed, splits it and does a nice little bounce pass. Here's a floater for the Aggies. No good. Rebound falls down to Benson. Kennedy Olsen hands off to Ahrens. Gets stopped. Now Benson trying to drive to the block. No good. Rebound comes down to Larson. Hannah Larson in charge of the ball, and she has been doing a good job off the bench. Skibicki driving. This one couldn't quite split the defense on the bounce pass. This one knocked away, and it'll last go off of Wareham, as Smeldon was also trying to chase that one down. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach John Berg. On the Tim Gazette Seedsdale scoreboard, 33 for the Aggies of Park River, Fordville, Lankin, Hillsboro, Central Valley, Burros 11. We'll be back in a minute.
Goose River Heating and Cooling Hillsboro, serving the Hillsboro and surrounding communities, ready to provide you with service work to existing and new customers. Whether Corey and the crew installed your heating and cooling system or not, they're ready to assist you with your service concerns. And if it's time to update your heating and cooling systems, whether it's your home, farm shop, a cabin, or office building, give Corey and the crew at Goose River Heating and Cooling a call. 701-430-1990. That's Goose River Heating and Cooling, Hillsboro, serving the Hillsboro area and surrounding communities.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Coming back, Smeldon just hit a long two-pointer for the Burros. Get them up to 13. Still down by 20 with 5:16 to go in the game. Rebound off of the Aggies' shot. That is Ahrens. Olsen hands off to Benson. Jumper from just under the free throw line. No good. Offensive rebound for Ahrens. Trying to find Smeldon, but then taken away by Wareham. She got stuck with the ball, trying to find somebody. Skibicki is there. Thought about the three for Wareham. Kind of a push there by Ahrens, but no call. So, issue with the shot clock. Official stops play. We reset things on the sideline to 32 on the shot clock. 4:35 to play in the game. This allows some substitutes to come in, including Halverson and Jelinek for the Aggies. Benson steps off, and Sari steps back on for the Burros. Skibicki over to Wareham. Halverson, I don't think she was quite ready for that, but it doesn't matter, Keith, because she's going to put those points in anyway. Olsen trying to drive in, finds Sari on that wing. She fakes the three, drives in, gets picked up by a couple defenders. Here's Ahrens with the offensive rebound, make it 2 of them, and then she gets some points, her first points of the night. 20-point difference on the Tim Gazette Seatail scoreboard with 4 minutes to play in the game at Central Valley Schools, just east of Buxton, North Dakota. Halverson falls down with the ball, no travel on her as there's a battle for it. Olsen was laying on top of her. Steal will go to Hattlestead. As I look down, Sari was trying to pass, and it was Larson who comes up with it. Too hard off of the board. Rebound is loose. Ahrens will have that. Pass too far up ahead, and then over and back going to be called on Larson. And so kind of a weird set of events there. The Burros will bring the ball down the floor. 3.5 to play in the game. Trying to hand off to Ahrens. Light whistle. And the Aggies were the last one to touch it. Kennedy Olsen trying to go up against Skibicki. Here's Ahrens trying to drive. Kick out to Sari. Hattlestead. Smeldon driving in, puts the shot up. Kind of a odd shot for her, but trying to draw a foul, I think, as well, as the rebound falls down to Wareham. Jelinek. Skibicki, nice bounce pass. Just not enough power for Wareham as she gets an offensive rebound, and then put back, she'll get fouled on and take a trip. This will be her 3rd time at the free throw line. And check this stat out, Keith. She has 13 rebounds. Wareham does.
I was watching the Burro defense trying to play that 2-3 zone. Looks like the bottom line just isn't really in sync with where they're supposed to be when the ball goes to the corner, when it comes back up to the wing, back down to the corner. They're moving in their rotation very well.
Second shot also missed, so 2 misses there. Smeldon comes up with the rebound for the Burros. Johnson and Dovenmuller are back in the game for the Burros. Here's a 3-point shot for Hattlestead. In and out, no good. Rebound falls down to Jelinek. Skibicki at the top of the key with the ball. Over to Thompson on that far side. On the baseline is Wareham, kicked out. Here's a free throw shot for Halverson. Looked just like a free throw shot as that one's missed, and Smeldon comes up with another rebound. She's going to drive through traffic, go up, and Halverson catches her on the arm. We've kind of been stuck on the 35-15 for a bit.
Smeldon read that opportunity very well. The defender went over towards the middle, leaving the left-hand side open. She switched over to her left hand, got the correct footwork down, and ended up with an easy layup.
Returning to the floor for the Aggies is Gillespie, Johnson, and a new player who is Abby Beneda, 5'11" sophomore, wearing the number 5. Second shot for Smeldon is good, so she will be 1 for 2. You just didn't want to say that she smelled that out. You didn't want to say that Smeldon smelled that out.
Not going there.
2:15 to play, 16-35. Aggies leading the Burros here in Region 1 girls basketball in North Dakota. Nice job by Johnson, trying to mix things up there with Jelinek. Underneath the Beneda, no good. Rebound falls down to Dovenmuller. Dovenmuller, who scored the first points of the game, as Hattlestead tried to pass up ahead. Saved in by Smeldon, but a steal will go to Beneda. Passing the ball around. Gillespie with it now. Drives, takes it to the baseline on kind of a block jumper. Johnson with a good rebound. 1:25 to go in the game. Thompson on this near side wing. Now to Johnson. One of the taller players and the shortest player on the court playing defense against her. Dovenmuller goes over for some defense, and as Hattlestead was trying to rebound that, it bounces off of her and into an Aggie's lap, who is out of bounds.
I can see what's going on with that 2-3 zone now for the Burros. The back line has gotten caught up in ball watching. They're watching the ball, and there's people running absolutely clear on the baseline. They're not seeing them.
That's Dovenmuller trying to pass to Benson, who checked in just a bit ago. Just out of her reach with 1:04 to play. 35-16 on the Tim Cassette seed sales scoreboard. Golden Harvest seed from Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877. Aggies bring the ball down the floor. Thompson. Now Johnson at the free throw line, trying to find Beneda. She had an open spot, but her ball was too far over her head. Try to catch your balance, and then you've got two Burros collapsing on you as the ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the Burros. Johnson will step off. Dovenmuller steps off. Aaron steps back on. Ball inbounded to Gillespie. Smeldon pokes it away, kind of kicked away. She's trying to gather it. Nice job by her. Everyone's falling on the floor. Oh, and right before Johnson can pass it, she shuffles her feet. That was going to be cool, Keith, when they got that one to work.
I guess it was an accumulation of travels and finally decided to call one.
Aggies to work the ball around. There's a 1 second difference between the clock, or maybe even a half second between the clock and the shot clock. Gillespie trying to drive to that baseline. This one knocked away. It'll be stolen by Sari. She's got an opportunity, and then a foul to be called on the Aggies.
Well, there you go, fundamentals. She had a left-hand layup, but she didn't have confidence in that left hand and threw it up the right hand and got it swatted with a little bit of contact.
That's the first foul for Thompson and the third one in the second half for the Aggies. Sari misses the first free throw. Second opportunity coming up. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound falls down to Gillespie. Ball up ahead to Jelinek. 10 seconds left on the clock. She might just hang on to it. Well, she's going to have to get rid of it. There we go. Pass out to the top, and Thompson will be the one to hold it. Smeldon wanting to poke it away, and last second attempt won't work out, and there is a 35-16 final in favor of the Aggies from Park River, Fordville, Lankin, over the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. When we come back, we'll have some of your statistics for you. We'll also have an opportunity to talk with Coach Haley Laut and one of her players, hopefully. We'll award our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, the Halstead Telephone Post-Game Connection, and the RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game, all from Central Valley Schools near Buxton, North Dakota. How exciting. We'll wrap this one up from Region 1 in just a bit on YourLiveEvent.com. Leaf Bach and Keith Meyer, along with Mark Forseth. We're all coming back.
When you need seed for your farm, contact Rocky Nedham. Nedham Seeds in Caledonia, 701-430-1149. Wheat varieties include LCS Trigger, LCS Rebel, AgriPro, SY Velda. Nedham Seeds also has barley seed and Seedex sugar beet seed, plus Pioneer corn, soybean, sunflower, and alfalfa seed. Wheat, barley, corn, soybean, sunflower, alfalfa, and sugar beet seed. Nedham Seeds, Caledonia, 701-430-1149. Norman County Implement has Rem Grain Vacs to help you move grain. Talk with Chuck or Neil for purchase price or rental rates on Rem Grain Vacs from Norman County Implement. Looking for new equipment? Talk with Chuck or Neil and get your best price and best deal. And be sure to schedule your service work for these winter months on combines, tractors, beat equipment. Call Norman County Implement to schedule winter service work, 218-784-2961. Norman County Implement, Highway 9 North Ada, thanks you for your business.
Olson Hardware in Hillsboro welcomes you to stop in. Find all of your hardware needs. If you're doing yard and garden work, Olson Hardware has the lawn and garden tools, rakes, shovels, hose, and more, plus all of your lawn care needs too. If you're getting ready to do your outdoor projects this summer, stop by Olson Hardware, pick up your paint, stains, and all of the accessories. And if you're in need of a mattress upgrade, be sure to stop in and check out the amazing Rest Mattress. Olson Hardware can repair your major appliances too. They are your full-service hardware store, Olson Hardware in Hillsboro. Stop in today.
You can trust Paul's Hometown Repair for professional service on your vehicles, cars, vans, pickups. Bring them in to Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsboro. Whether it's light work such as oil changes and tune-ups, or more serious matters including transmission work and engine overhauls, they'll get the work done for you at Paul's Hometown Repair. They'll get your vehicle back on its wheels, running like new. Call 436-4676 to schedule your vehicle for service at Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsboro. RDK Enterprises invites you to Winter Conference 2022, January 19, 20, and 21, all 3 days. You choose whichever day fits your schedule. It's at the Avalon Event Center, Fargo. Winter Conference 2022. You'll get to hear directly from agronomists, engineers, and other employees focused on improving farm operations. Winter Conference 2022, truly focused on you and the future of your farm. To register, visit precisionplanting.com or call RDK Enterprises 701-636-2119. Reed Insurance, Terry Reed and Julie Larson, serving you with homeowners, farm, auto, multi-peril, crop hail. They're here to help you with the insurance you need. Located in the Wright Implement Building in Hillsboro, call Julie or Terry today at Reed Insurance, 701-636-5471. Visit with Terry Reed and Julie Larson for the insurance coverage you need. You can depend on Reed Insurance.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Leaf Bakken. Keith Meyer by my side. Thanks so much again, Keith, for helping out and running the camera. We'll talk more with Keith in just a second. We've got some players up here to talk a little bit about the game. None other than Haley Smeldon. Which, by the way, Haley, I saw somewhere, I think it was on social media, you celebrated birthday recently, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was it, how long ago was it?
The 29.
Oh, so it was a long time ago.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, well, then we'll move on from that. Hey, good job tonight. We talked about early in the game. You and I have talked the last few times when we've visited about you being aggressive, wanting to play hard. Would you call it being too aggressive there at the beginning? I mean, you got some of those fouls, but you really wanted the ball, and that's the important part.
Yeah, I wasn't really moving my feet a lot, so yeah.
And and you did a good job there at the end. Again, Coach talked about you guys having confidence after that last game. Talk about you and I have talked about being aggressive. There towards the end, you started to get some more rebounds. You started poking at the ball again after, you're coming up at the end of the game, so if you foul out, you foul out. But is that kind of your mentality on that, or what was kind of the thought as you look at the clock and see time's wasted?
I knew we just needed to finish the game, try our hardest, and try not to foul because we kind of got in foul trouble at the beginning. So
on some of those, you're listed as a forward and a guard, and I think that's great. Do you like being the leader and being the point guard, or would you rather be that shooting forward that it kind of feels like you go after?
probably forward since I'm not very confident at dribbling the ball quite much.
You had a couple of great opportunities, I imagine, in practice. I mean, I know you guys are working on shooting and different shots. What would you say you work on the most? Are you working on layups? Are you working on bunny hops? Are you looking at three-point shots? Because when we talk to Miss Addison Sari here in a second, she must have been working on those three-pointers. But what do you like working on?
Jump shots and layups, because I really need to focus on those layups.
Awesome. Last question for you is, what are kind of your thoughts on this game? What do you want to do? What do you think the team needs to do as you move ahead and continue the season here?
I think we need to hustle more and start rebounding a lot more, since we don't really do much of that as much as we should. So, yeah.
Gotcha. Sounds good. That's Haley Smeldon. She's a freshman for this Borough team and plays guard and forward, 5'8" freshman. Good luck on the next one as you guys are away on the next. So.
Thank you.
Thanks so much to Haley, and I believe this is Addison Sari's first time with us. Here you go. And 8th grader standing at 5'2". First of all, hey, nice job. A couple of good-looking shots. Have you been working on your three-point shot in the gym?
Not necessarily. I mean, I do it here and there, but I was really surprised that I made that.
So it was kind of, I mean, it was a really cool thing. It's always cool when you make a three-point shot. Also, as an 8th grader, since it's our first time getting to talk to you, what's it like to get to play varsity? I know you get to play quite a few JV minutes, but what's it like to kind of come off the bench and Coach Loud having that confidence in you?
It's definitely a good opportunity to get more experience on varsity, and it's also kind of stressful being like the youngest out in the court.
Right. Is it a little intimidating? I mean, there's a couple of seniors and some juniors on your team. Are they mean to you, or are they pretty good about, hey, we've got a good player here, and that's why you get to play minutes?
Yeah, no, they're very encouraging, and yeah, they're just very nice people.
That's awesome. You also got in there and had some rebounds, and I imagine this is a little bit different. They threw in a couple of 5'11" players, so is it fun? Do you enjoy having to guard and I mean, it was kind of funny. I think that one time you were up on Halverson, and it was like, this is clearly a mismatch, but you obviously gave her some trouble because she missed her shot.
Yeah. It's definitely very intimidating how they tower over me, but, I mean, I work with it, and yeah.
What, I asked Haley the same thing. What are you working on in the gym? What do you want to accomplish and achieve by the end of the season?
I want to work on those free throws because I'm not very good at those, and also some layups. I mean, like those jump shots, and working on them when I'm, like, there's defenders right on top of me, pretty much.
Especially especially being one of the smaller players. I really liked on that one, you faked the three on the wing. It took the defense off their feet, and you drove in, and that's all you can do. And then when there's 3 players, I mean, put it up and pray, right?
Yeah.
Also talk to me about what it's like to be somewhat of a leader. I mean, you're a point guard. You get to call out the plays, and that's pretty cool. 1, as an 8th grader, but 2, you've got to know the playbook.
Yeah. It's definitely stressful sometimes, but it's also fun, and being only an 8th grader, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Awesome. Any other thoughts? What are your thoughts after tonight's game as, again, you guys head off on down the road? Let me look here quick, and I can give you an idea. It looks like you guys are at Midway Minto coming up. What do you want to take for you from this game and take to that one?
Well, we need to start boxing out and, like, a lot more, and we also need to give a lot more. I mean, at the end we gave a lot of effort, but in the beginning too, and throughout the game, and not lose it.
Yeah, effort. I like that word. That's a good word. That's a good way to cap this off. Addison Sari, 8th grader for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Unfortunate loss, hey, but you played a good game, so congrats on that side.
Thank you.
We'll come back with some statistics. Maybe we'll see Coach Haley Lout here in a little bit as well. But this is the post-game show for Hillsboro Central Valley as the Aggies from Park River, Fordville, Lankin beat the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros 35-16. We'll be right back.
Dr. Craig Rothfuss Dental Practice in Hillsboro is accepting new patients. They offer patients of all ages a full range of dental services, including Clear Correct, which is an option for invisible braces, and a $99 whitening program. Dr. Rothfuss accepts multiple insurance plans, including United Concordia that was affiliated with Blue Cross Blue Shield, and all Delta dental insurances. Bring your smile to Dr. Craig Rothfuss Dental Practice in Hillsboro, and the friendly staff will help make it sparkle. Call 701-636-4244 today.
YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Leif Bakken. Burros fall to the Aggies of Park River, Fordville, Lankin, 35-16. We're talking with head coach of the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, Haley Lout. And Coach Lout, you know, good things, bad things. Good things at the beginning. I mean, looked like everybody, it was 0-0 for quite some time. So, I mean, a good battle between the two teams to start things out.
Yeah, we came out right away talking and playing defense, and we started to box out a little more in the beginning, but then started to lose it towards as the game went on. So that was our biggest thing, is that we're giving them too many chances to shoot. So we talked about not forcing up the first shot and pass around, look for the best shot, and then stopping them right away and not just giving them multiple chances. But I thought the girls played hard. They played aggressive. We just got to keep that talking going throughout the game.
One of the other things I got to credit your team with is, I don't know if you guys have been working in practice on breaking a press, but it seemed like you guys broke a press pretty well. The pass initially after you got across half court, then things maybe got a little bit hairy, but especially in that first quarter, breaking that press worked out pretty well.
Yeah, we've worked really hard on that in practice. We have a drill called our 5-person passes, and the girls work on the different types of passes and then going to the pass to and cutting that middle, but being patient too, because a lot of the times we want to turn and just pass right away. So we're getting it down on the press, but now we've got to transition that when we get across court. And that's, again, we're not using our pass fakes, and we want to put up the first shot. So we just got to start pass faking and then finding those open girls, because that's a big thing, especially with zone. Get them shifted one way so that we're getting more open girls too.
One of the things that Keith and I commented on early in the game was that, and I enjoy it, and I don't know about you as a coach, but the officials letting them be a little aggressive out there, and I think that's good. It helps your players develop. But in some people's minds, I think maybe in yours, you got a little out of hand there in the second half. What do you have to tell your girls in that situation when you're warned on the sideline, and then things are a little tense at that point, and then everyone's still hitting and grabbing and nothing's happening? What do you do to reassure your team?
Yeah, well, going into halftime, I know they were frustrated with maybe not getting the calls they wanted to, and I said to them, I was like, you've got to box out, otherwise I can't defend that if you guys aren't boxing out, if you're not doing those little things. I said, I will defend you guys keep playing. And fortunately it got a little out of hand and getting warned and stuff, and I think the girls kind of gave them an eye-opening, like, okay, we've got to step up, like, coach does have our back, and they responded really well. By that time, we just, as coaches, we talk about, we got a little heated, now it's time to cool it back and just tell the girls, hey, we're not frustrated with you. You keep playing your game. That's what you're here to do. We are the ones to coach. So that's the big thing, is that they're here to play, and they did a great job about that. They stepped up and they kept playing and they kept fighting hard.
It seems like every time, which is fine, maybe next time you can sign somebody else up, but Haley Smeldon doing another great job, a great performance. Talk about why you sent her to us to talk, and what you're seeing from her on the practice floor and in the game as well.
Yeah, she can go from one end to the other end and so quick. She's been fun to watch, and she's improved so much, especially with her dribbling. And I know she had commented, one time she was like, please don't let me have to dribble up the court, because she felt like she couldn't do it. And we just had a laugh about it, and I looked at her and I was like, you've improved so much though. And she kind of just laughed about it after. And looking at her now, she's handling that ball a lot more, and she's becoming more of a mature player in that way too, and she's diving after everything, so she makes the game fun. She gets those girls going, which
is really great to see, as we've talked about, her being a freshman, and so she has so much more time and improvement, and if she decides to put that time in the gym or whatever it is to be a better player, she's got that opportunity.
She does, yeah. She's very athletic, and now she just got to stay disciplined and keep working hard, and I'm excited to see the future she has in a basketball career.
I appreciate you sending up Addison Sorry. I thought, she appears timid, but she was confident in her answers, and I don't know, it seems like she's getting some confidence. She comes off the bench and she controls the floor.
Yes, talking to her wise, she's shy, but then we put her out there and it's like she doesn't care who's watching, she's going for it, and it is so fun to watch her play, because she is only an 8th grader, but she is aggressive and she takes it to the hole, and she's got some good moves to it too, especially against some taller girls. It doesn't matter. I know some people are like, well, her size, and I'm like, no, I've watched her play since she was in 7th grade last year too, and just watching her go through those bigger girls it's fun to see, and it's fun to see out of an 8th grader, because she's only going to build on that, so she's got a good career ahead of her too.
Yeah, and that's what I was asking her and saying to her, and she says it's scary to have people tower over me, but it's fun. She enjoys it, and she obviously enjoys the game. So, I think you've placed the right amount of confidence in her, and she's doing a good job. I want to talk about something that kind of towards the end of the year, and I don't think I've asked you this, is what made you decide that you were kind of going to do these 5-person, 4-person changes? What made you decide that, yeah, is it that we need to give those starters breaks? Is it that you have the opportunity, you have enough girls, you might as well get everybody put in? I mean, it's a hockey line change, I guess. What is in that decision there?
Yeah, we talked about it, and we kind of went back and forth with it. We know the pros and cons with it. The cons is the flow of the game. We want to keep that flow. But right now, we're just not seeing anyone that's scoring double digits or kind of being consistent on that end. And we're very fortunate that we can do 5 out and 5 in, and that the girls are all kind of that same level of intensity and skill-wise too. So what we're trying to do is just kind of find that group that kind of messes what I'm trying to say, and just talks and are able, kind of just feed off of each other. That's the big thing, because each kind of girl kind of feeds off another player a little differently. So we're trying to mix up those groups and kind of see which group is talking, which group is feeding off each other, because sometimes it's different every night.
Right.
But we've got 13 girls that can go out there and just be confident, and I have confidence in them too. So I'm going to get them as much playing time as I can in there, especially with how young they are. And we'll kind of adjust in the game if we're seeing someone that's maybe not performing that night as well as they should be. We might have to just put one in, sub one in, or sub 3 in. So that's a big thing. We just kind of adjust as the game goes on, and how the girls are playing too.
Yes, mesh and chemistry are a big part of it, and maybe that's the next step after the confidence beaker gets filled up. Time to move on to the making sure the chemistry is working. Last thing for you is you head off to Midway Minto on, let's see, in a few days. That's on Thursday, is that correct? So what would you like to take from here into Midway, and what would you like to leave here at Central Valley tonight?
Big thing is that we're going to take away from this game is just I felt that confidence was still there. I felt like the girls wanted it, and they showed it. They were a little more controlled with the press, and I like that. So we're going to take that. If we get pressed, we know what's coming. Most teams do press us. So just staying controlled in that way. And then kind of the turnovers on the other end where, we're looking for a shot, we're forcing stuff up. We're going to leave that in this game and work on that tomorrow, and kind of just looking for the best shot, not the first shot.
Coach Haley Lout of the Hillsboro Central Valley girls basketball team. The Burros fall to the Aggies 35-16. And, Coach, best of luck later in the week, and we'll catch you again next time.
Thank you.
We'll be right back on YourLiveEvent.com with some statistics and talk with Keith Meyer as well, and wrap things up. Thanks so much for sticking with us on YourLiveEvent.com, everybody.
Sorum Oil Company, Highway 81 in Hillsboro, for when you need repair work done on your vehicle, need an oil change, need new tires, or need tire repair. Visit Sorum Oil Company in Hillsboro. They fill LP tanks, bulk delivery of your home heating or farm fuels, and carry batteries. Call your locally owned full-service gas station, Sorum Oil Company in Hillsboro, 701-636-5356. Brad, Jody, and Blake Sorum, thank you for your business, and they look forward to continuing to serve you at Sorum Oil Company.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
On YourLiveEvent.com, I'm Leif Bakken, and Coach Haley Lout and Coach Meyer sharing a little bit of wisdom back and forth, discussing the game a little bit. It's really interesting for me because I've never been a coach, so to hear coaches just talk about what's going on and to take that in. It's really cool. So let's talk a little bit about the statistics here and get to our features and get everybody to bed. I can get home as well as we get here, talk about the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, again falling to the Aggies of Park River, Fordville, Lankin. 35-16. Things started off with Dovin Mueller coming off the bench and scoring the first points. And unfortunately, at the end of one quarter, it was 2-11. After 2 quarters, it was 4-24. The second shot, excuse me, was put in by Gallagher, Sadie Gallagher, the freshman who came in and did a nice job getting that bucket. After 3, it was 31-11 with the Aggies leading in 35-16. So, if I'm not mistaken, that is correct. So, holding the HCV defense really stepping up there in that fourth quarter, holding them to 4, and those were all on free throws. So, I believe. I'm looking at the wrong color to match my quarters. Anywho, the Burros, not a ton of points up there, but Smeldon leading the way. She had 5, 2 field goals, and she was 1 for 2 on the free throw line. She was the only one to go shoot free throws. Nope, mistaken again, as Sorry went and shot 2. She was 0 for 2 there. Ends up being the Burros are 1 for 4 on the free throw line on the evening. For rebounds, there were 16 in the first half, 19 in the second, for 35 total. And this is where it gets really interesting because I think I might have my statistics wrong, or maybe there started to be just some craziness in the steals and whatnot, because it was 16-19 for 35. Leader was Ahrens. Matea Ahrens had 7 total, 2 in the first and 5 in the second. No assists, 7 steals according to my statistics. Hattlestead had 3 of those 7 to lead the way, and 2 blocks. She had 1 of those blocks as well. Benson was in there with 1 block of the 2. Let's see here. I'm just looking over my statistics, Keith, and you might find this interesting. I think I'm wrong because we were talking about rebounding, and now we're going to move on to Park River, Fordville, Lankin, Aggies, who, again, 35-16. We'll talk about the fourth quarter in a second, but your leader in points for the night, they kind of spread things out pretty well, Park River did. As it looks like Halverson is the one who led the way with 7. She had 3 field goals, and she was 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 18 rebounds in the first half and 18 in the second half is what I have, for a total of 36. I did some math wrong, didn't I? That's correct. So why is that? Oh, no. I had 35 for the whole game for Hillsboro. 36 for the whole game. So I think I missed a few rebounds on the Aggie side of the ball. But there's a lot of action going on. Leader in rebounding was Wareham with 13. She had 5 in the first half and 8 in the second. 5 assists total for their team. Wareham was also the leader there with 2. 20 steals. That's a big one when you compare that to 7 on the Burrow side of things. Your leader there was Megan Larson, the 5'7" junior, with 5 of those 20. That was followed up by Danny Thompson, wearing number 13, the 5'5" sophomore. She had 4. So 9 right there between those two players. 3 blocks, 2 of them by Halverson and the other 1 by Megan Larson. So that's kind of where our statistics fall. Again, on the scoring, it was 11-2 after 1 quarter of play, 24-4 after 2. After 3, it was 31-11, and then, Keith, this is where I found interesting, 35-16. That means that the Burros held the Aggies to 4 in that last quarter.
Yeah, I can't fault the Burrow defense much at all. I mean, we talked at times about the defense losing track of who they were supposed to be guarding and a little bit out of position. And that 2-3 zone they were playing is very, very new to them. I don't know if Coach was pulling my leg or not, but she said they just put it in last night, which, anybody can play a 2-3 zone. If you're going to play it well, you really need to understand who goes where when the ball goes to the different spots on the court. And that'll come with time. They've got the speed, they've got the athleticism to be able to play a good zone. They really do. And Coach also hit it on the head with, the lack of rebounding as each half wore on. They started the game very well, getting good position, and then you could see they were getting position, but they weren't reacting to the ball. They weren't going to get it. And then, as they got a little more tired in that first half and second half, they just, the thought of boxing out just kind of left their heads. So, they need to keep that intensity on rebounding for 32 minutes.
Yeah, and we talked about that, and even Smeldon and Sorry, both of them in their interviews talking about how they recognize as players that we need to box out better, and that's just something that you have to do in the gym, and you have to just keep working on and thinking about, and you and I have talked about that quite a bit, Keith, and as we move on here and talk a little bit about our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, that's where we're going to start. Enbridge Energy, they're done with line 3, and they've got things rolling along there. You can learn more at enbridge.com and find out what the next project is, I guess, on the oil line and getting that taken care of. Your Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, I've got to give it to Addison Sari. She came off the bench. She had lots of energy. She played well. She played with confidence. She did what she was supposed to do, and I don't know. I think you just got to enjoy a young player like that. She said she was stressed. She says she's intimidated, but it doesn't show all that much when she's out there on the floor.
No, that's a young lady that just needs court time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rare individual that can get thrown in there as a 7th grader or 8th grader and perform, at the level of an experienced senior. So she's performing. Every minute of game time she can get, she will perform better.
So there you have it. Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, Addison Sari for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. On to the Halstead Telephone post-game connection. Discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone. It's how to connect. That's halsteadtel.com. Your Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. I'm going to have to give it... I got to give it to... I'm going to be literal with this, Keith. The post-game connection to Greta Wareham. She had a really nice assist to Halverson in that first half. She also had 2 of the 5 assists that I had marked down. So, literally, she got it to, she had the connection to her players. Just a good job by her. And a pretty good job all the way around, I would say, by Park River, Fordville, Lankin. They had court awareness. They had developed plays, and so they knew where to go when option 1 was shut down. They knew 2 was open or 3 was open. They had good court awareness. So obviously Greta Wareham, 5'8" junior, has some experience, and I think she just showed that she's got some leadership there as well. Excellent job by her tonight. On to our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. Are you thinking about upgrading your planter? Maybe you need to get some fixes on your planter or your meters or any updates on your software. Do it now, because the tractor's just sitting there. The equipment's just sitting there. Take it to the guys at Drayton or Hillsboro, and they'll get it taken care of. RDK Enterprises, planterdoc.com is where you can find more on them. They also have some rebates and financing availability that you can check out. RDK Enterprises Precision Player. I'm going to have to give this to Megan Larson of the Aggies from Park River, Fordville, Lankin. She did a great job leading her Aggie team, Keith. She was a great guard. She hit a 2-pointer, hit a 3-pointer, made some free throws. She rebounded. She had 5 steals and a block. And so she was pretty good at pulling the ball away from her opponent, obviously, with 5 steals. So she's our RDK Precision Player of the Game. Let's see here. I think I got through everything. And so on that note, Coach Keith Myers, tell me a little bit your final thoughts on tonight's game. Again, I'm going to say I agree with Coach Lout. The confidence is there. Now it's honing that energy into a few specific things.
Yep. For the Burros, perhaps narrowing the focus on, I think that's what Coach Lout is doing. She's narrowing the focus a little bit in practice, working on some very specific things. She's seen some of the weaknesses of her team now, a month and a half into the season. And you can see those efforts starting to pay off. I'd say that for both teams. PRFL, the Aggies, they're kind of in that same boat. They've got some tools. They've got some people they can work with. And Coach Berg mentioned it at the beginning in our pregame. Just needs to keep working to get those gals improved. He feels like they're headed in the right direction, and even though they only put 35 points on the board, they only gave up 16. So I would guess Coach Berg is pretty happy overall with what he saw tonight as far as improvement and getting his team more ready to go by the end of the season and into tournament time.
Well, this one here from Central Valley Schools ends up with the Aggies beating the Burros 35-16 on the Team Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard. And with that, we talk one last time about the scoring. It was 11-2 after one quarter of play, 24-4 after two. It was 31-11, and then the Burros were able to hold the Aggies to only 4 points in the fourth with a 35-16 finish. That puts the Park River Fordville Lincoln Aggies at 5-4 on the season. And the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros fall to 1-9. Well, that is going to wrap us up here from the Central Valley Schools. Thanks so much again, Keith, for all of your work and help you do on the camera and color and just your insight. I appreciate that so much. And along with all the help from everybody else on the Your Live event crew who help with the commercials, graphics, our executive producers, Jim Berkmeyer and Mark Forseth, who we had the pleasure of sitting with tonight. And again, Your Live event powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. For Keith Meyer, I'm Leif Bakken. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. Stay warm, folks. A heat wave is on its way in North Dakota and northwest Minnesota. And until next time, we'll see you down the road.
Thank you.